Welcome back, everybody. Today is my 7th mail time video where I take a look at 4 items that were sent to me in the mail. It's actually been about 9 months since my last mail time video, so I got a pretty good collection of items for you today. The first item came from a company I've actually reviewed in the past, which is Dreamfarm. They have a lot of unusual things. This came to my P.O. box unsolicited recently. This is the Spina, and let's see how that worked. All right, here is an item called the Spina from Dreamfarm. I've actually done some Dreamfarm products before in the past. I was not expecting this one, so I was happy to see this arrive in my P.O. box. It's supposed to be a spin and strain colander. Kind of a hybrid here. Let's crack this open and see how it works. All right, so here's the way it's supposed to go. Here's the handle can be locked in this position or in this position. But according to this very basic instruction sheet here, it looks like we're supposed to move it upward and lock that in position like that. And then this bottom goes on the bottom of the sink. Oh wow, that's kind of fun. Oh yeah, it's kind of fun. All right, well, it seems simple enough. Reviews are pretty good on Amazon for this one, so I'm looking forward to trying it out. Let's move to the sink and get started. All right, it's time to get started. Let's put some greens in here and see what happens. All right, there we go. We got some wet greens in there now. Let's see what happens. Now we're supposed to just kind of lift this up and start spinning. Oh wow, it's spraying to the edge of the sink. Wow, they're oddly satisfying for sure. Try it again. Not much water's coming out the second time, so I think it's probably good to go. Very nice. I kind of like that. First test was kind of fun. Let's try something different now. I'm going to put a bunch of grapes in here. Let's see how many I can put in there. All right, it's pretty full of grapes here. Let's see how it works with these. Step 2, spin. Oh, at first you can see just spraying the water out. Oh, very fun. You can probably get your kids to do this just because it's so fun to do. After a couple spins, it doesn't seem like it's spraying much water. I wonder if I move it around and try again if I'll get more. All right, I think so far we're kind of on a roll here, so let me keep going. Let's do a quick capacity test on the last one. We'll see how much it can actually hold. I'll overflow it and see how much comes out and how much actually stays in there. Very full of broccoli. Let's see what happens. Oh, some came out. Oh, some's coming out. Well, as I kind of expected, you came overflowing. Imagine that, huh? Oh wow, that one just ejected out of there too. But you know what though? For as much as I have in there, it's actually, a lot of it stayed in there. But really, it looks like you can go just below the surface. That's pretty good. That was definitely an unfair test, but I still think it did quite well. This is probably more than you need to go, but I'm kind of enjoying myself. Very fun. No more is coming out, so I would say this is your capacity. All right, well, that was pretty fun, and it worked exactly like it's supposed to. No real problems with it. It was kind of fun to overfill it and see how much it could actually hold. I guess the takeaway from that is not to overfill it or it will come flying out of there. But overall, I think Dreamfarm did a good job with the Spina. I think this one actually works. I've actually tried quite a few Dreamfarm items in the past. I've been happy with them, so I think this one is a worthy addition to the Dreamfarm collection. This actually is an organizer for your car, couch, bed. They actually sent me 2 of them, one that holds 5 items, one that holds 3. I tested both of them out, and here's what happened. It's the Cup Cozy Pillow. This is an organizer for your bed, your couch, RVs, picnics. They sent me 2 of them. This one holds 5 things, and this one holds 3. They sent me a letter here. They say it's on Amazon, but it's been featured on Zulily, Good Morning America, HSN. So it's no fly-by-night operation, I can tell. Let me crack this open. Here's what we got. Very interesting. It looks like 2 of the 5 cutouts have cutouts so it can accommodate a handle for a cup. This is what they're showing. I'm going to try to imitate this and see how it works. Just kind of sit on the couch like that. Now their website does say that you have to be careful getting on and off the couch because it could spill. So I'm not making any crazy claims it's going to keep everything in one place. By the way, don't mind Elle. Elle's taking a nap here. I didn't want to disturb it, so I just figured I could film around her. Let me start off something small like a water bottle. Okay, well, it does hold that pretty firmly. It seems like it did kind of expand a little bit. I've got an empty cup here because I don't want to take a chance spill anything yet, but it looks like the cups will go. This is a pretty large cup. I got a smaller cup here. Well, the smaller cup doesn't feel nearly as sturdy actually as the bigger cup does. The bigger cup's wedged in there. Smaller cup, not so much. How about something big like a tumbler? The tumbler will fit in the center. It doesn't seem like it wanted to fit in this one. This one seems a bit small. Maybe I could wedge it in there. I'm not sure though. The tumbler will fit in some of them, but it seems like some more than others. I'm just gonna leave it right there. Leave my big cup in here. I do have my remote I have to fit in here somewhere. I'll put it right there. I got one more thing. How about a can of soda? A can of soda is kind of loosely in there, but maybe it'll work. You know, I have had a need for organizers like this before. Some couches have a built-in console where you can pull it down. If your couch doesn't have that and you always wanted one, this might be a good alternative. I think I found an error on their packaging. It says RV is campers. It shows them on a couch. And down here it says couch and it shows them in the car. Whoops. Speaking of car, I'm going to take this out of the car and see how it works there. That's next. For the car, I'm going to try the 3-hole version. See how it looks like. Now, my car actually has a console right here with 2 cup holders in it. But this one is a little bit more stylish and it's got a 3rd hole in it. So let's see what we got here. All right, so let me see. Let me put a nice fountain drink in here. Seems to hold pretty well. A bottle of water. How about some snacks in the center? All kids have snacks in the back seat, right? All right, that's pretty good actually. All right, so this is what I'm seeing. It looks pretty steady, I think. Removing things isn't really a problem. It's gonna work. So they say there's multiple uses for this. So far, it seems like it's working everywhere else I've tried it. Let's try a quick driving test and see how it holds up. Now, they didn't make any extraordinary claims about how this is gonna not tip over or anything. In fact, they warn you to be careful not to tip it over. But it seems to be holding up quite well in that respect, regardless. So I think it's, as far as the car goes, working quite well. I've actually got both of them in here to see how they work. I don't think you'd normally do that, but I've got 2 of them here. I'm just gonna test one for right now. All right, first and most important when you're on your bed is remote control. Yeah, I guess it works. Half drank tea from Starbucks, let's try that. How about a coldest water bottle? I don't have anything in this cup, but it is pretty big. Let me see if it fits in there. Oh, it does. But I don't think it would fit over on this side, so I have to put the coffee mug here. I have to kind of rotate. I can put that there. Coldest water bottle may fit. There. I'm not sure why 2 people would have all that stuff in bed, but hey, if you needed it, this is a good place for it. I kind of feel like a bed for 2 might be a little bit more realistic. A drink for each one of you and something in the center. But hey, you have options, right? Well, I mean, it's pretty solid. It's holding it in place. It's not really going anywhere. I mean, it's not supposed to be like spill proof, but better than having it sitting there by itself or even on a tray. So I would say in the end, the cozy cup holder is actually not a bad idea, especially if you are one that don't have a console in your couch or in your car and you actually always wanted one. They don't make any outrageous claims, so I do think this one works as advertised. All right, next up, this is not a pair of shoes I'm reviewing, but actually these no-tie shoelaces. I've reviewed 2 other shoelaces in the past. This is the 3rd. The first 2 I liked. These did not disappoint. Let's flash back to how my test of the no-tie shoelaces actually went. These are actually silicone shoelaces. I actually got quite a few of them, as you can see right here, all different colors. It's kind of interesting. I wasn't sure I was going to use these. I got these several months ago. I let my son try a pair. He's actually been using them, said they kind of work, so I figured I'd give them a shot and see how they do for me. I've got a relatively new pair of shoes here. I'll try the white since they'll stand out better on these black shoes. Let's crack them open. Now, there weren't really instructions with these, but I guess I can kind of figure it out. All right, laces are removed. I believe what you're supposed to do is go from the biggest up to the smallest. You know, you might have some left over. So we'll go 1 on each shoe. Now we'll kind of separate them like this. Now this shoe has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have I'm gonna have some left over, but that shouldn't be a problem. What I'm do next is just kind of line up the laces with the holes and get one that's kind of the right size here. I should also point out the laces do have a little tiny number on there. I found it easier just to do it by eye than trying to read that. I can't even really see it. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but there is a number there. You can go by that order as well if you like. So really all you have to do next is to just fish this through here. And through this side. All right, we've got one lace done. We only have 9 more to go. It really isn't that hard once you get the hang of it though. Let's try the next one. Now there's kind of a textured side or a smooth side. I guess you could really use either one. I'm going the textured side up. I assume that's right, but you could certainly choose either one. Now let's speed this process up just a little bit here. All right, now we're getting somewhere. I think rather than try to show you all of these, I'm just going to kind of speed up the video a little bit while I do this and then show you when I'm done. All right, well, the installation is done. That took a little bit more finger strength than I would have liked. I ended up using some needle nose pliers to finish the job. But hey, if it works, it could be worth it, right? Let me go try these outside at some real world tests and see how they actually hold up. All right, here we go. Real world situation. We're gonna try these shoelaces and see how they go. I'm gonna switch with my other shoes and then get started. They're kind of just slip-ons at this point. Oh yeah, feels nice and snug. Oh, okay, well, let's see how it feels. I guess I gotta do some walking around and test these out. They feel pretty comfortable at first. All right, let's go check them out. First test, they feel pretty nice. They feel kind of tight, but I'm liking them so far. This small but heavy object is actually a cord organizer. This one sent to me a while back. I'm finally getting around to it. Let's take a look at the unboxing and then get started. Got some cable ties and we got the cord organizer itself. It looks like it's got 7 slots, all of them slightly different sizes, so you can put different types of cords through there. It's very heavy, so I'm kind of curious how this is going to work. They also included some cable ties in there for you as well. So I've got a pretty big mess around my desk and I'm always switching cables back and forth. So I decided to pair this up with another item that I've received in the mail. Not really part of this video, I'm just kind of throwing it in there. It's a USB hub, but let me head into my desk and show you what I got. All right, here we are at the command center. I had to put down this white poster board because my cable organizer is black, my cables are black, my devices are black, and my desk is black. Hopefully the poster board helps out. I also pull out this item right here, which is a 7-port USB hub. It was also sent to me. I haven't reviewed it. I was hoping to eventually work into a video, so here we are. This is a color-coded USB port, which has 3 fast charging ports, all of them fast data ports. I'm gonna put this underneath my desk, plug in all the cables I use regularly, feed them to the back of my desk, and try the cord organizer. So let's get into the desk and get started. Kind of down here in no man's land. I currently only have 4 devices I really want to use for this. It can hold up to 7. Both the USB hub and the cord organizer, but for now we're just going to go with 4 and see how it works. So I do struggle with my USB cord management. I've got cameras I have to plug in to get data off them. I've got an audio recorder. I've got phones. I even have things like my Ray-Ban Stories, which I still use. We're going to try this out and see how it goes. Snapped in there pretty easily. It seems to move pretty well. So now when I want to charge something, I should be able to pull them out and kind of retract them as well. I've got all my cords fished through the bottom. Let's see how it works. First up, a lightning cable. Pull that through and connect it to my phone. Next up, my audio recorder uses this one. I'll pull that through. How about my Ray-Ban Stories on my USB-C cable? And finally, my RX 105. There we go. Pretty organized and pretty easy. Now let's disconnect these. I just kind of slide that back in there, disconnect that, slide it back through. That tag's a little bit of a problem, but I'm working with it. Ray-Ban, disconnect, and audio recorder, disconnect. All right, well, it's a little bit heavy, which I think is a good thing. It stays in place pretty well. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. It might move a little bit, but otherwise, I think it actually works pretty well. Well, I'm actually pretty happy with that. I mean, it's pretty basic, but it does what it's supposed to do. I've been struggling with cord management for a long time, especially having all these different cables, all these different cameras, so this might actually help quite a bit. So I think this cord organizer plus the USB hub will actually be a very nice pairing. All right, so that was a fun collection of gadgets. I would say my favorite of those is probably the shoelaces. I've been using them for a while. I'm actually quite happy with them. It basically turns your shoes into a slip-on pair of shoes. Although I do think all the items in this collection are pretty good. If you've used any of these products, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.